Have you ever rolled out a fix in your business only to watch it fall apart a few months later? I've seen it so many times. In fact, studies show that more than half of improvement projects lose their results within a year. That's why companies like Toyota and Amazon rely on DMAIC, a 5-step problem-solving framework that helps you to find the problems, solve it from the root, and make sure that it stays solved. I'm Vahab. As a COO, I helped scale a company from 5 million to 19.2 million in annual revenue. And along the way, I learned a tough lesson. Quick fixes rarely last. That's where DMAIC changed the game for me. It's simple, it's structured, and it forces discipline. Stick with me and I'll show you how it works, so you stop fighting the same problems over and over and start building solutions that last. Step 1. Define, name the right problem. Most businesses rush to actions. Orders are late, customers are frustrated, but those are symptoms, not problem. In Define, you do 3 things. First, you write a one-line problem statement that even a stranger could understand. Secondly, translate the pain into numbers. For example, orders are late. It becomes average delivery time 4.2 days, but your target is 2 days. Third, draw the boundary. If you are fixing North American logistics, Europe isn't in scope. Finish with one-page project charter, business case, goals, and a clear finish line. Do this upfront and you'll avoid months of wasted effort and confusion. And once you define the problem clearly, the next question is simple. Where are you starting from? Step 2. Measure. Establish a baseline. You can't improve what you can't measure. Here you can start with a simple process map. Even sticky notes on a wall would work. You'll often find so many loops and hidden work that you didn't know even existed. Next, gather enough info to prove the pain. It doesn't need to be perfect, but usually around 30 to 50 examples, real examples, would be enough. And finally, make sure your measurements are reliable. If 2 people measure the same 10 items and get different results, you don't have a baseline here. You have noise. So you need to fix that first. The baseline tells you where you are today, and without it, you'll never know if you have improved tomorrow or not. Now that you know your baseline, it's time to play detective and find the root cause of the problem. Step 3. Find the root cause of the problem. This is detective work. You are looking for causes, and the guesswork doesn't work here. Use simple tools such as Pareto charts, process map, or even 5 whys. I personally love 5 whys. It's one of my favorite tools. And the interesting part is that oftentimes you find that 20% of the issues cause 80% of the pain in your company. Let me give you an example. An order is late because the label printed wrong. You can ask why. The database pulled an old SKU. Again, why? The update script failed when 2 users saved at once. And suddenly you found the real culprit, not just a symptom. At this stage, test your assumptions with small experiments. Analysis isn't one and done. It's a cycle of testing and learning. And once you know the root cause, the fun begins. You can start improving with precision. Step 4. Improve. Pilot before you scale. Only after you're confident in the root cause, you can start brainstorming fixes. And over here, you can rank your options by impact versus effort. Then you can test small. You can start with a new checklist or a new approval system or small tweaks in the software. You can pilot it with one team, test the results, and see what happens. If it works, you can scale it. If it doesn't work, you can pivot quickly and try again. The rule here is to test one change at a time. Otherwise, you'll never know what actually moved the needle. But actually, improvement isn't the finish line here. You need to make sure all these improvements and changes stay in place and last. This is where most businesses fail. They improve once, but after a while, everything breaks and then they go back to old habits. Control is about sustainability, so you need to build 3 guardrails. A simple dashboard to track the metric weekly. You can update the SOP so the new way becomes the standard way in your business. Regular check-ins, monthly at first and then quarterly. You can make sure the gains hold. I've seen so many companies spending months on improving a process, but after a while, they go back to old things and everything collapses. Because no one built in accountability, and control fixes that. So here's the recap for you. Define the right problem, measure your baseline, analyze to find the root cause, improve with tested changes, and control to sustain your progress. DMAIC is a practical framework that I've used again and again to solve problems that stay solved. And if this gave you clarity, share it with your team. Next time you see a problem keeps happening, don't just patch it, apply DMAIC. And that's the way you stop firefighting and start leading in your business. And if you got value out of this video, subscribe, like, and I have another video somewhere around here. See you in the next one.